Hello guys, this is Jarek from Course of Polish. Welcome to Noun Declension workout. Today we are going to decline the word pies, which means dog, in all 7 cases, both in singular and plural number. If you don't know what declension is, please go to the description of this video. You can find there links to my website and to my book, where I've explained this topic in details. You can also find there a link to a PDF file with a cheat sheet for this lesson. You can print it and use it during our workout. So let's begin with the declension. To decline a noun, we have to know its gender. PS is masculine gender, so we are going to use masculine endings. To use an ending, we have to take the stem of the noun and attach the ending at the end. But what is the stem of the noun? The stem is the noun without the vowels on the end. In our case, PS doesn't have any vowels on the end, so the entire word is our stem. But some nouns are irregular and they require us to do one additional step. Apart from taking the stem and applying an ending to it, they require us to make changes to the stem. There are 4 such common changes: mobile IE, mobile E, UO exchange, and ON exchange. You have to learn by heart if a given noun has one of these common irregularities. If a masculine noun has one of these irregularities, this irregularity happens in all the forms in singular and plural number. In case of feminine and neuter nouns, these irregularities happen only in genitive plural case. Our word pies has the mobile IE irregularity, so during declension we will have to remove these letters from the stem. So now, with all this knowledge, we can start the declension. The first case, nominative case, is the form that you can find in dictionaries. We don't have to do anything, it's just pies. The second case, genitive, gives us 2 options, U or A. Let's read the rule number 1 for ending U. Use for inanimate objects, although there are many exceptions which use the A ending. Pies is animate. It's an animal, it's alive, so we are not going to use this ending. And the second ending, A, use this ending for animate objects. Okay, so we have to use the second ending. So remember, we have to apply the ending to the stem and additionally apply the common irregularity, which is removing the IE letters. So the final form for genitive case will be psa. Psa. Next case, dative. Here we have just one option, ending ovi with a rule. Some nouns take irregular ending u. In our case, pies takes this irregular ending, so the dative form will be psu, not psovi. But you have to know that many native speakers are making mistake here and they are using the incorrect form psovi. I remember as a kid, my mom used to say very often, daj psowi jeść, give food to the dog. Next case, accusative. Here we have 2 options, either the same form as in nominative case or the same form as in genitive case. Let's read the rules. Rule number 3. Inanimate objects have the same accusative and nominative form. Pies is not inanimate, so let's read the rule number 4. Animate objects have the same accusative and genitive form. Alright, so we have to use the genitive form, so it will be psa. Psa. Next case, instrumental. Here we have just one option, ending M with optional E. Let's read rule number 8. If the stem ends with K or G, then add additional E between the stem and the ending. So our stem ends with S, it's not K, it's not G, so we don't have to add this additional E. So the final form will be psem, psem. Next case, locative. Here we have 2 options, ending E with apostrophe. This apostrophe means that we have to soften the stem. And the second ending, U. Let's read the rule number 5. Use this ending for nouns whose stem ends with a hard consonant, except for K, G, and H. So what is a hard consonant? Here you have entire table with hard and soft consonants. You just have to memorize it. So if you look at this table, our stem ends with a hard consonant sy. So we have to use this ending e with softening. And what is softening? Softening consists of replacing hard consonant with corresponding soft consonant. So again, we have to look at this table and see what is the corresponding consonant for sy. It is just sy, I, so that's what we have to use to soften the stem. So the final form, after attaching the ending, softening the stem, and removing the I, e, will be psie, psie. Without softening, it would sound like this. Pse, pse. Try to hear the difference. Pse, psie. Pse, psie. And the last case, vocative, is the same as locative, so it will be psie, psie. Let's continue with plural forms. The first case, nominative case. We have two options, I ending or e ending. Let's read the rule number 1. Use this ending for nouns ending with a hard consonant. We already know that our stem ends with a hard consonant s, so this is the ending that we have to use. But let's read the rule number 2 and 3. Number 2. If the noun is a personal noun, soften the hard consonant. PS is not a person, so we don't have to soften the hard consonant. And rule number 3. Some nouns describing titles or relations take OV ending. Again, we don't have to apply this rule because PS is not a title or a relation. So we have to use the I ending. But how do we decide if we should use I or I? So here is the rule, you just have to memorize it. If you look at this rule, it says that after s, we should use I. So the final form will be psy, psy. Next case, genitive. Here we have two options, ending ów or ending I. Let's read the rule number 5. Use this ending for nouns ending with a hard consonant or cy, dzy, je. So our stem ends with a hard consonant, so ów is the ending that we should use. So the genitive will be psów, psów. Next case, dative. Here we have just one option, so the form will be psom, psom. Next case, accusative. Here we have two options, either the same as nominative or the same as genitive. Let's read rule number 7. If the noun is not personal, use the nominative case form. So pies is not a person, so we are going to use nominative form, so it will be psy, psy. Next case, instrumental. Here we have just one option, ami, so the form will be psami, psami. Next case, locative. Here we also have just one option, ach, so the form will be psach, psach. And the last case, vocative, it's the same as nominative, so it will be psy, psy. And that was the entire declension of the word pies. As a bonus, I've prepared for you 5 sentences that contain this word. First, I will read each sentence in English, then in Polish. So if you want, you can pause this video after each English sentence and you can try translating it yourself. So let's begin. I'm going with my dog for a walk in the park. Idę z psem na spacer do parku. Instrumental singular. Did you see that big dog in the yard? Czy widziałeś tamtego dużego psa na podwórku? Accusative singular. The dog barked loudly all night. Pies szczekał głośno przez całą noc. Nominative singular. I met a woman with 3 dogs in the park. W parku spotkałem kobietę z 3 psami. Instrumental plural. Don't touch this dog, it might be dangerous. Nie dotykaj tego psa, może być niebezpieczny. Genitive singular. Alright, that's everything I've prepared for today. I hope that you've enjoyed this workout. Remember to visit my website and check out my book about noun declension. If you like this video, please leave a comment and thumb up under this video and subscribe to my channel for more future content. Thank you for staying here with me today and see you next time.